Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites. How we doing today? Hopefully we are doing well today. I wanted to spin the block about the squatter, and because after she got, just to understand, I'm talking about the DC squatter. I covered the story, I believe it was last week or something like that, where the lady in DC owned some property. She was renting it out as an Airbnb. A lady booked it for 32 days and then proceeded to squat in the woman's property for at least 8 to 10 months or something around that. And the judge just recently sided in favor of the owner of the property, and the woman was ordered to leave immediately off of that property. Well, that woman has taken to her TikTok to continue to lie. So what we're talking about today is not just the squatter herself, but the fact that she's continuing to tell a lie that everybody knows is a lie. And there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. We're going to sort of talk about why these hyenas like lies so much. Like they like a good lie. Don't nothing float they boat but a good lie. Thank you, Thanos, for kicking off the contribution. Say, can I get a since you got your degree? You definitely can get that. Hold on, where is that?
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
Okay. Matter of fact.
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
It actually fit for her too. It kind of fits for her. My baby said hit the like and subscribe button as you come in. It's free. Join the membership. Get access to exclusive content, because I do have content. It may be older, but it is relevant and it is exclusive. And there's a lot of help in my membership content for married couples and things that I don't necessarily focus on, but I focus on more in depth in the exclusive content and contribute, because it helps the channel to grow and is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Definitely don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you to this lady's TikTok. Now, we're going to go through the video. Video is like 4.5 minutes or so. So it's not super long. And I want y'all to just listen to this lady. And I'm going to have to say something as well. When I first covered the story, I was a little bit critical of the reporter, the young lady who was covering the story. I have to say this. I have to retract my criticism of her, because I was being a little bit critical when I was showing you the interview that the lady was doing. And I said, she just letting her talk. I have to retract that criticism. And I'm going to retract that criticism. That reporter did an excellent job. She actually did an excellent job covering that story. And I do believe that it was her coverage of the story and the way that she covered the story and how seriously she took that story helped the owner regain possession of her property back. Because as I watched those videos of the lady giving the interview, she let the lady talk. What she really was doing was giving her enough rope to hang herself. She gave her enough rope to hang herself. And then she started hanging her afterwards. She was let her talk. And then once she was done talking, that lady just came with fact after fact. So I have to give it to her. That reporter did an excellent job. So I was wrong. My criticism of her was unwarranted. So now, what we gonna do? This is the squatter. All right. We just gonna listen.
I have had people reaching out to the stores that my products in. I've had people reaching out to the schools that I have mentored girls in. I've had people reaching out to organizations that I've done free events for. Mind you, about 98 to 99% of the work that I have done has been from me. Even when I've needed help, I've helped because I've always thought it's somebody out here worse than me.
Now, before I let her continue this foolishness that you are going to hear, mind you, she's sitting here with a red, wet nose, crying, and trying to be the victim. I need y'all to understand that. She is sitting here with a red nose, like Rudolph the reindeer, puffy eyes, that same Mo Larry curly haircut, and trying to be a victim in something that she is not a victim in. She's starting off this video trying to convince everyone that she's such a humanitarian and that she mentors younger. You mentor them to do what? Squat? Take advantage of other people? What are we saying? I don't want you mentoring my daughter to do what? Mentoring her to do what? You do not have your life together, ma'am. You are homeless. You are homeless, ma'am. Shops where her products is at. Like, girl, what is you saying? So she's trying to pass herself off as some type of humanitarian. She works tirelessly for the community. What that got to do with you squatting in that woman's house? Huh? And trying to put your name on the utilities to try to claim some type of ownership. And that was not the first time you had done that. Court records have shown that was like the third or fourth time that you had gotten into hold on. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I was straight. The light be hitting it all crazy. Anyway, this was like the third or fourth time that you have tried to live rent-free in someone else's place that they own. Let her continue, because she's not a humanitarian, but we're gonna let her continue.
Today in court, it was proven, or it was admitted, that the false narrative that I have been staying at a place since February and that someone has been trying to get me out since March, it was untrue. It was not true. The false the narrative that I had been staying at a place since February and had not made a payment since March, that was also untrue.
What is she saying? That was actually what was proven in court. That in point of fact, A, you had no right to stay past the Airbnb time frame. 2, you had not made any payment. 3, there had not been any formal agreements or any other agreements, legally binding agreements that would have allowed you to stay in that property at all. No money had been passed by. Finally, that lady was able to get some justice to where the judge would look at the facts of the case. And this is why you were told to immediately vacate those premises, because you were not a tenant. No lease, nothing. That lady did not rent that apartment out to you. She made no agreement that you should be there. She wanted you out. So to sit there, I want y'all to understand that she's sitting there lying to everybody's face about something that we know is a lie. This is what I'm talking about. She's sitting here lying to us. We saw it play out. The interviews that you did with the journalists told us everything we needed to know. You were slipping up talking about what you did and did not pay. And that the initiation of you even being in that place was an Airbnb booking, which everybody knows is not permanent.
It was admitted on record that payments had been received up until the end of September. Now, there is a payment in question. Somehow that payment wasn't received. I don't know, but there's only one payment in question. So the narrative that I have been staying at a place since March and not making any payments, it was untrue. Documentation was provided that showed that I did not initiate the switching from Airbnb to direct payments to the owner and some scheme to circumvent a process that wasn't the case. Those direct payments were sent, those direct links were sent willingly. Not only willingly, but they were initiated by the other party.
Even if it were true, even if we pretend that what she just said was true, that the owner initiated invoices, let's pretend that is true and was a fact. You gonna pay me. If you not gonna leave, you gonna pay me. You gonna pay me. So that tells me that you had intended on not giving her, because it wasn't initiated by you. Payment wasn't initiated by you. You didn't volunteer to pay, is what you're saying. The time of the Airbnb passed, and you did not approach the owner. This is what she's telling us. She's saying it. She thinks she's saying something else. But what she really telling us is that she rented it out as an Airbnb. That time passed. She didn't leave at the end of it, is what she's admitting. This is what's not being said. The Airbnb passed. You didn't leave at the end of the Airbnb booking. which is already a violation. You're supposed to leave at the appointed time. So you're already in violation because you didn't leave. What if she had booked that Airbnb for somebody else that day and you still there? So what you're really telling us is that the Airbnb booking time passed, you were still on the premises during that time, and you were not ever gonna say anything about paying. The owner had to contact you about paying. Every way you tell that story, this your fault. No matter how you tell this story, this is your fault. You could have always got out that woman's house. No matter how you twist that all around, you are at fault. There is nothing that lets you not be at fault. I'm definitely going to get to the super chats in just a moment.
Although it was decided that I don't have tenant rights, those things were untrue. And to get on the news to say things that are untrue shows a lot about a person's character and shows that they had malicious intent because they knew it would go off like this. And the thing about the truth is that the truth doesn't always, it's not heard as loud as the lie is.
Ma'am, you jumped on the news. You did a whole like 3 or 4 part. It's on YouTube. The News 7. She jumped in front of the camera to tell a whole lie. A series of lies. Not just one lie, not 2. The news lady brought up, as well as the landlord from the previous building, brought up paperwork to prove she didn't pay. We had a hard time getting her out. She paid 1 month, didn't pay the other ones. And the owner's character is in question. You have ran around the District of Columbia, getting into apartments and places where you pay one time and then you just decide that you are not going to leave those premises, and you make those owners, those landlords, those real estate companies, you make these people go through all of this rigmarole with court fees and court dates and all of this type of stuff to get you out without taking your head off. The only reason you keep doing this is because ain't nobody took your head off yet. Ain't nobody snatched that mop off your head yet. You'll stop when somebody put the flu-flops on you, when somebody dog walked you, you'll stop. And the owner's character is in question. When you jumped in front of the camera several times to sit down on that couch and lie to everybody's face, when that journalist was bringing proof after documented proof in front of you, and you sit there and try to gaslight that woman and tell her this ain't true and that everybody lying on you. So everybody lying on you. That lady that you just tried to take her home illegally, she got a lie on you. That woman ain't got nothing else to do but to study, run back and forth to court. Pay court fees, sit in front of a judge and watch you go in and out of that place, and her hands is legally bound. She can't knock you in the head when you dot that door. That lady ain't got nothing else to do. That's what you telling us? No, you don't have nothing else to do. And you still in front of a camera right now after the ruling was decided. You got your snotty nose, your snotty wet red nose on this camera trying to act like you crying, like somebody done did you dirty when you done stayed somewhere for 9-10 months. You ain't got no money yet.
So the damage that this has caused, irreparable. I'm going to take some time away because, as I said, this has been the hardest. Everything that I do with my business, I do it with love. Everything I do with my nonprofit, I do with love. And I can't do either right now with the amount of pain that is in my heart. To those who waited to make their judgment, to get the facts that the shit just wasn't true.
The pain in your heart and the damage that has been done to you with your Goodwill cable sweater on in front of this camera. I know the top of your chest hot because you sitting in that car with the defroster on with that cable knit sweater on, and it's hot right here. And the damage that was done to you, this why hyenas get whooped. This why folks whoops hyenas. This why they whoops them. Because that lady need to send somebody right now to whoop you to a fine sauce. To sit on this TikTok and act like you were the victim is egregious and unforgivable. The amount of stress and loss of income that you have caused that woman as a private owner. She don't got no corporation behind her that's, own 4-5 other places, but she can still get her income, but you just a nuisance. This is a private owner. We don't know how many things she owned. Maybe she owned 1 or 2 pieces of property. She tried to list one as an Airbnb to get us some extra income. Here you come, a leech and a dog. You ain't nothing but a dog. A thief. A liar. You knew what you were doing when you booked an Airbnb for 32 days. 2 days. 32. Who does 32? Because she wanted to make sure that she was past the 30-day mark, which would then have to prompt the landlord to go through the eviction process rather than snatch her by that mop and throw her out like Uncle Phil used to do Jazzy Jeff. So the booking itself at 32 days was done on purpose with this very thing in mind to do. You had intent to do this to this woman. Thank you. I have been trying to think of the character. You sitting here looking like Sideshow Bob. Sitting here looking like Krusty the Clown's third cousin. And you taking time back from what? Scheming and scamming? You got a non-for-profit that does what exactly? And how much money do you scam? I want to know how much money do you scam?
Thank you to the people who made a decision and left comments, the people who know me or who have known me. Fuck y'all. And y'all wouldn't say it to my face. I wish, as I always wish, I hope you know.
So for everybody that understood that you are not the victim, but you such a wonderful humanitarian that would never do anybody no wrong. See how the mask come off real quick? She ain't talked 5 minutes. Literally, this is not 5 minutes long. See how they dropped that mask real quick? She went from snotting and crying and trying to be the victim to F everybody that, that understood what was what and know she running game.
Love up close. And the thing about it is when you know love up close, you move differently. You don't move to find things about somebody and break them down. You don't do that. You don't make fake pages and fake numbers to harass people. You don't do that when you're moving with love and when you know love up close. And because I know love up close, I know I will be okay. I might not be okay in this moment, but I will be, because I have some people who will make sure that when I'm too deep in the trenches, they pull me out. That's all I got.
I tell you this much. I hate hoes like her. I really do. I done met a couple in my life. I hate them hoes. I hate them kind of hoes like her. I hate them peace and love hoes. But then them be the same hoes do you dirty. They be ready to have a knife to stick in your back. And then when you turn around to confront them or they dirt get exposed, now all of a sudden they didn't have nothing but the purest of intentions and they was trying to do what was right. And you know what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying, just try to approach everything with such a good heart, and people just do them dirty and stuff. Just, you know what I'm saying, like people don't never understand their intentions. I'll be ready to smack the mess out of a hoe like that. I really hate them kind of hoes. Don't nothing good never come to them in good form. They always down bad. Good. Good. Long as she keep that energy, I hope she don't never come up. I said what I said. I hate them kind of hoes. Them the very kind of hoes I hate. Them nice, nasty heifers. They smile and act like they so giving and so loving and so wonderful. And then be the same hoes playing your face, talk about you. They have all your business in the street, in the rumor mill. They look to take advantage of people who are actually kind and actually generous and actually big-hearted. They look for those types of people in order to take advantage. And if you peep game on them and you understand that they kind of run a game and you pull back, I don't know how, people just always act like that, and I just try to move with God. They have behind peace, love, and God. I hate them hoes. Because if you was running with God so much, if you had such good intent, if your energy was that good and that pure, ain't no way God got you down bad 24/7. Nothing works out. And somebody always doing something to you. That's why I wanted to spin the block top. I hate these kind of hoes. They don't never get good intention for nobody. Them the worst hoes. The worst ones. Them the worst. That hoe right there. Her and her ilk. Because all they do is backstab and talk crazy and backbite and do you dirty. That's all they do. They sit around, try to get you comfortable so they can gather information to use against you later. They throw stuff up back in your face. They tell other people your business. Them the kind go right to your ops when something go down and they call themselves get mad at you. Now all of a sudden they got a story to tell about you. And all they do is lie. Whole life be based on a lie. Whole life. And they'll take them lies to the end of the earth. To the end of the earth. They'll tell that lie to anybody who will listen. And then when they get caught in the lie, they will not admit that they got caught in the lie. Well, I didn't know. They never admit that they wrong, that they lied, that they're gaslighting, that they was just dead wrong. They never admit that. They will sit there. She's sitting there with a straight face lying to everybody that saw her lie. They saw that lady squatting. They saw the evidence of not only this last landlord that she did it to, but the two previous landlords that she also did it to. We saw the paperwork. She's still sitting on TikTok trying to snot and cry. They don't never tell the truth. Half stories, flat out lies, mixing the lie and the truth. And all of this is rooted in need to be right. She cannot tolerate that she wrong and that she lied in front of the world and that those lies was also exposed and makes her look like the piece of crap that she is. And these hyenas hate being exposed that way. Exposed for being just flat out no good. You just flat no good. You just not good. You just not good. You a piece of crap with bad character. And you lie all the time. You're untrustworthy. And can't nobody trust you far as they can throw you. And they want the world to ignore that and keep on rocking with them as if they have not been consistently exposed as liars. That's the one thing God hates, is a liar. Because so much destruction can come out of lies. Especially the lies that you tell in public that go all around the world. One lie go all around the world. Folks get hurt behind them lies. Sometimes they get deleted behind them lies. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to get to the super chats, and then I have another video of somebody lying. Let me see how they like these lies. But after these messages, we'll be right back. I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. To keep your skin looking, feeling its absolute best, you definitely want this body butter that's in front of you, and you want the rest of their wonderful personal care products. I have been promoting ashkicking.com for a long time now. I love their products, and I'm certain that you will also love them as well. If this is going to be your first order, take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. Even though Christmas has passed, you can still get a gift for yourself or your loved ones. I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Let me thank you, Mogul Maze, for your contribution. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lord Sinister. This is why you never try to help anyone out in business. There will always be someone trying to get over on you. Protect yourself at all times. Thank you, DT, for your super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, sis. Mahakita. Is that how you say it, sweetheart? Said gratitude for your mindset to teach, providing the tools to learn for positive growth to manifest lioness character for global community. Essential. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Thank you to be amazing. So you got me crying. I completely understand though. Yeah, I don't like them kind of people. Can you tell? I don't like them kind of people. All that lying you doing. I'm going to show you something else. This is a clip I ran into, and I kept it because it's what? Because it was like, what is we talking about at this point? I'm going to show y'all something.
This is why. Ryan, get back over here. The baby cried. All because I said. What? All because I was late to work. Because I was tired. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. All because I'm a trying mother at that. It ain't like I'm out here partying. I go to work and I come home. And you still go through stuff. This is sad. That like that. This is why. Ryan, get back over here. The baby cried. All because I said, all because I was late to work. Because I was tired. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. All because I'm a trying mother at that. It ain't like I'm out here partying. I go to work and I come home. And you still go through stuff. This is sad. Sad like that. This is why. Ryan, get back over here. The baby cried. All because I said, all because I was late to work. Because I was tired. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. All because I'm a
Notice she cut herself short, said, all because I said. See how she cut herself? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that that's why she got her mama kicked her out with 3 kids. Put a 2 in the chat if you know it's cap. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that story. And put a 2 in the chat if you know that that's cap. Ma'am, your mother did not kick you out of the house. You and 3 little children out of the house because you were late for work. That don't even make sense. That sentence structure did not make sense. You have been a habitual line stepper in that woman's house. You have not gotten yourself together for many moons, and that woman is tired of you. She is older. You hard-headed. You keep getting pregnant and then coming to her like she's supposed to take care of them. You can't keep a house, you can't keep a job, and you can't keep a man, but you study coming up with these babies, and then you want to come to her like she's supposed to help you do that and help you do this and help you do that, and you po mouth about being a single mother and struggling here, but you always struggling. No matter how that woman help you, no matter how she let you stay, no matter how she babysit them kids, you always got a smart mouth with her. You always trying to tell her how grown you are. You always taking advantage of what help she can give you, and it ain't never enough. You entitled to it and gets mad when she can't do nothing, or she don't want to do it, or this, that, and the third. And then you want to try to guilt trip her into something, and she has had enough. Go to whoever you laid up with to get that little crying baby. Go back over there to him. Smart mouth with him. That's why she put you out. Whoever you laid up with to get that little crying, naughty-headed baby, you best go and see, do he want to put up with you? Because I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of you and them little crumb snatchers. I can't even love my grandbabies the way I want to love them because I'm tired of them, because I'm tired of you. You stay in need and in desperation and in survival mode and just on the brink of nothing and all this kind of stuff. And no matter how somebody try to help you, give you advice, give you money, give you a place to stay, you entitled and you disruptive and you disrespectful and you don't do nothing to help yourself. And folks gets tired of you. Even if the mama is a hyena, because she probably is, because she didn't raise one. The mama could be a hyena, but she a hyena in her own place. She ain't getting put out. You are. Aren't you? These women love a lie. Got right on this internet and turned that phone on and started lying. What my sister used to call a sacrificial lie. A lie that has simply been offered up. Nobody asked you to get on here and start a TikTok or whatever that is and come on here and lie. Nobody asked you for that lie. Nobody asked you for that lie. You volunteered that lie. Nobody asked you for, you volunteer that lie. Nobody want to try to get sympathy and get somebody to donate something to you, Cash App you, or start a little GoFundMe. I'm afraid them little kids is gonna have to suffer with you. Give them to their daddy if you know where their daddies are, and if you know who their daddies are. Give them to their daddy. Y'all do everything but get them kids to their daddy. Get them, or stop having them. Give them to their daddy and stop having them. You do everything but go buy a box of condoms. You got a smart mouth and an answer for everything, but why you got 3 kids by what probably is 3 different men, and why you can't seem to buy no contraceptives. And furthermore, why you can't seem to keep your legs closed. That's free. And you will be somewhere in a man face talking about if he was a real man, this, that, and the third, and you can't even keep a solid roof over yourself or your children's heads. You a failure as both a woman and a mother. You will suck an eggplant off the bone, but can't figure out how to get a steady paycheck. And somebody's supposed to respect you and take care of you and figure out how to get, girl. A man is supposed to step in and do what exactly? Got a phone in your hand that you go live to lie on and can't figure out how it can make you some money. You stay on there texting and arguing with people, but you cannot figure out how that same phone could actually make you some money because you're too dumb to figure it out. You ain't sat nowhere. You are at the point of desperation with your children, and you can the only thing you thought to do was get online to try to gain sympathy over a situation that you put yourself in. These are the type of chicks take all kind of lies to their grave, this is the story she want to tell people, that it's her mother's fault that she's not got a place to stay. Her mother's fault. You sound grown. You sound grown. You grown enough to cock that little them funky legs open and push 3 kids out. You sound grown. Yet we are supposed to believe that it is your mother's fault, or anybody else's fault for that matter, that you are an adult in the situation that you are in. And the situation don't sound temporary. It sounds like this, you constantly from the frying pan to the fire, back to the frying pan. You the type of chick homeless and still worried about what your baby daddy is doing with another woman. When it seemed like to me, it would behoove you to talk real nice to your baby daddy and to the woman that he's dealing with right now. It seemed like you would be real nice. That baby outside with no shoes on, one crying, and you sitting on the internet lying to people. Lying to a bunch of strangers. We don't know you, and we don't care. The only thing you know how to do is use that phone to take back shots of yourself and argue with your baby daddies through text and beg folks for cash apps. That's what you know how to do. That's the only thing you use that phone for. Arguing with your baby daddy through text message, begging for cash apps, and taking backwards photos, probably from up here because you didn't sound like you were slim either. And you got a bad attitude. And you talk slick. You ain't got nothing, and you got the audacity to talk slick to somebody. You talking slick to your mama, but your mama the one with the heat, the bathroom, the lights, and the gas, and a bed. You don't have none of them things. Didn't think about that before you tried to stand toe to toe in that woman's house and argue with her. Now, I guess folks on the internet was supposed to be mad at her mama. We don't know your mama. I am so tired of these chicks and the lies that they like to tell. The foolishness that they get on this internet and do. Day in and day out. All y'all do is sit on the internet and lie. You get on panels and start lying. That's the one thing I have been thinking about for the last couple of days. What do men and women lean towards when there is no God in their life? When people come away from God and they don't got no God, no spirituality, no direction, no guidance, and they are disobedient and sinful. Women have, I realize this, that when men don't have no God and they are very sinful, they lean towards tyranny and abuses. And when women don't have no God, And when they don't have no spirituality and no moral compass and stuff, they lean towards lies and deceit and deceptions. I noticed that. When there's no God involved, men lean towards oppressions and tyrannies and abuses, which is why Allah talk about in the Quran when he's talking to men and he say that he has forbidden oppression for himself and he forbids oppression for you, because he understood that when he's not present in a man's life, his nature comes from order and pragmatism, and the flip side of that is tyrannies and oppressions. When women don't have any God, when women have God, they have modesty and they're trustworthy. They do what Rasul Sallallahu say, that a woman protects her chastity and her husband's wealth. She's a protector. She become a trustworthy person. But when there is no God, she leans towards deceits, lies, manipulations. I have been thinking about that. Where does this come from? And those are the opposites of the good that's supposed to be in our natures. Men have the good of his nature is his order, his ability to be orderly, his ability to lead, his ability to garner, trust with people and lead people and stuff like that. When it's good, when it's following under the Most High's, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that men can do. When they're not under that guidance, it easily turns into tyrannies and oppressions. When women are led by God and they have godliness in them, they become protectors of energy. They use their creative energies for good things, to generate good emotions, good feelings. Like I said, they become trustworthy. They actually lean away from deceptions, because women who understand the godliness and they are guided by God, we understand that our energy is easily used for other stuff. And so we actually specifically lean away from deceptions and lies. But when there's no God involved, no righteousness, no following of the Most High or anything like that, it goes directly into deceptions, lies, gaslights, and, making trouble, making a lot of energetic trouble. Right. And vanity comes from that. Immodest behavior for women. Lies and immodest behavior. That's what women lean towards when there's no God. Lies and deceptions and immodest behavior. When you think about it on a more spiritual level, a woman's immodesty is tied to deceptions and lies, because she uses it as a lure to involve people in those deceptions. Women who have more righteousness, who lean towards righteousness, actually naturally come into modesty. Haya. Haya. Haya is the word. Women have haya. And that's the one thing in common with all of these videos and clips and things that we see with women doing a lot of BS and a lot of lying and a lot of, just telling lies on people, just like that Jordan lady that I just covered. She was on there lying, but also immodestly dressed while she was lying. Those things are together. So, I wanted to talk about that today. But we are going to get out of here. But before we get out of here, I need you guys to go to crimsoncure.com and pick up your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine. Okay, so please go to crimsoncure.com, pick up your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery. All right, always on sale, always available. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.